Sly News version on Mr. Sly Media. This right here is gonna be my review on Den of Thieves 2. So get straight to it. Talk about the movie. They did a sequel to Den of Thieves. The first one that came out, it's quite a been a minute since the first one came out. The first one came out in 2018. Oddly enough, since the first one came out, a lot of stuff, of course, happened. This is before Avengers: Infinity War even came out. When the first one came out, of course, of course, a few years before COVID happened. This is when the DCU was still kind of trying to do their thing. This is after Justice League, just a year after Justice League came out and all that. So DCU was still intact before James Gunn and all of them came in. So a lot has changed since the first one came out. When I thought about the movie, I looked at it kind of remind me of Takers a little, which I love Takers a lot, but I wasn't the man at a Takers sequel. So it was like the same thing with Den of Thieves. I was like, oh, it's a good movie to watch and all that. Very fun movie. I think I've watched it twice, saw it in theaters. I don't know how I ended up seeing it in theaters with a couple of buddies of mine. We ended up seeing that. And then I did watch it one time online. So I thought it was a pretty good movie. It wasn't like, oh, I want a sequel like another Den of Thieves. So when I found they did a sequel, they were doing a sequel to it, I'm like, all right, let me check it out and all that. So here's my initial thoughts on it. First thing I think about it. It's a good movie, but I feel like it's something that maybe should have been a Netflix sequel or something like that. Or back in the day when we used to say straight to DVD sequel. That's what it kind of felt like to me. Just being honest, like the movie's not bad, it's not terrible. It's very long, and it took me almost 2 days or so to kind of watch it, to finish watching it. So to me, I'm like when I look at it, I'm like, I feel like the first one was better because the characters were flushed out a little bit. To me, this one would just kind of focus on Gerard Butler's character and O'Shea Jackson Jr.'s character. That's pretty much both of their characters. That's pretty much how the movie was affect with Nick and Donnie. That's pretty much what it was. Forget their names in the film, but that's pretty much what it was. It's like the movie was focused on them pretty much for the most part. The other characters were just there, but it weren't really like they were flushed out like that. And all that's the best thing when I've been looking at other reviews from it. I just kind of look at it like, yeah, that's what it is. The characters just weren't fleshed out. The heist was okay. Just I don't know. I felt like the first one had more action in it, felt more intense, more suspense. This one was just kind of like, okay, just waiting to see like, yeah, is it over yet? Is it over yet? Like that's how I kind of felt looking when I was watching it online. Like it just kind of felt like dragged out and all that and everything. Pretty much the movie just about hey, Donnie felt I mean not Donnie, but Nick felt like hey, Donnie was the only person to get over on me and play me and finesse me, and my thing was to try his thing was to try to get Donnie back and all that. Which he did end up doing in the film, but he ended up growing a liking to Donnie and everything. Did kind of share a little bit of a bond, but that was his whole Nick was whole thing. Donnie, you the one dude that got over on me. I'm gonna try to make sure you don't let this happen again. Like I said, the character just like I said felt fleshed out. Like the first one we saw Nick's family and all everything like that. We got more about it. We even got with other characters, more of their family and everything. This one just kind of felt like it was just straight about them and their kind of like buddy, frenemies relationship between Nick and Donnie. That's kind of feel like for this film. So it's not a terrible film or nothing like that, but I just feel like it could have been better off a Netflix film or something like that. It wasn't, or meant for me. I feel like the sequel to go in theaters, even though it did make money, it's number one movie in the world right now, and it looks like the way it kind of ended, the show ended with even though Nick sent Donnie up to go to prison, Donnie ends up getting out of prison from the guys that he ended up stealing from, but he ended up stealing something from them and giving it back to them. And they ended up being the ones to break him out of prison on it because the guy was like, "Oh, since you took something from me and was able to get it back, I want you to help me out to show us how you can help us out to learn, and all and everything, and steal for us and everything." So Donnie does end up getting out, and he sends a text message to Nick in the end and everything. So about the saying about Nick was saying when he locked them up, saying, "Hey, a leopard doesn't change his stripes" and all that and everything. But I don't. I mean, they do a third one. I feel like got to be a Netflix sequel or something like that. I don't know if you want a third one in theaters, but they might do it. It make money, and that's what it's all about. It makes money. So and all like the first one didn't make money, and this second one done made money. It's number one movie right now. Like it might be number one movie again for the second straight week. I don't know, but that's what it looks like. So to me, it kind of seems like okay, they might do a third one, but I just don't feel like I'm hyped up and ready for another, Den of Thieves 3 or something like that. If I just keep it at 2, it shouldn't even made a sequel to me of the film. I think it's just keep it at 2 and just leave it at that. I don't think there's no need, but it made money, so they might just do another one and all that. But yeah, like I said, not a bad film and all that, not a terrible film, but just like I said, not a film you should definitely try to rush out in theaters to go see. Not at all or anything. Like I said, with Gerard Butler, too, I just talk about this. I seeing growing up, seeing Gerard Butler in 300 and all the films he was in, I just kind of really felt like, man, I thought he would be like kind of like what Jason Momoa is, with coming with the action star, with Jason Momoa being Aquaman. Now he's finna be Lobos in the DCU. Now I really thought that's what Gerard Butler be. Not to say he's had a bad career, like he's obviously he's still working, still in movies and film and all that. I just thought he'd be bigger, like a bigger name. He would be up there with a Jason Momoa and not everything after seeing him in 300 and all that. But just seemed like he never kind of Gerard Butler never took off like that. Even though he's good in this film, he is one of the highlights of this film right here in Den of Thieves, but like I just kind of feel like I said, I just feel like his career didn't take off how it should have been and all that. Just like when with a rapper, any artist, you feel like musically wise or anything, or athlete, feel like, oh, he should have been bigger or should have been better than where he was at and all that. I just like to point it out there with Gerard Butler. I thought he would be a bigger name and all than where he is in Hollywood right now and stuff. But like I said, that's just how it happened to work. But like I said, hey, he's still working, still getting money, so that's all I imagine everything. I just thought he'd be a bigger name, But like I always say, if you like the content, hit that like subscribe button. Just a lot of news right here. This right here is my review of Den of Thieves 2, Pandora and all that. And also like to put out their news as well. Shrek 5 is been pushed back to December of 2026. No longer coming out in July, summer of 2026. They're gonna DreamWorks said they're gonna let the Minions, because everybody loves the Minions, the Despicable Me characters and all that. Them saying, I could think about it like I was in high school when all that stuff, when Despicable Me and all that stuff came out, and it's still going on now, over 10 years later and all that and everything. But yeah, so like that's what they decided. They're gonna have the Minions come out summer 2026, and they're gonna have Shrek 5 come out. Like it's Shrek 5, yeah. It's 4 Shreks that came out. The Shrek 5 will come out in a holiday December 2026, the same month as Ice Age 6 comes out in 2026. So Disney, like, they got another competition with DreamWorks. So it's gonna be just like how it was like just this past year, where you had Sonic 3 come out along with Mufasa come out. So they both came out on the same day with Disney. When it was Disney and Paramount going at it, so it'll be like DreamWorks and Disney going at it, because everybody knows Ice Age Fox now with Disney. So it's gonna be like that not this coming holiday, but next year's holiday in 2026 is gonna be DreamWorks versus Disney again with Ice Age and Shrek. 2 movies I'm probably both gonna see. I don't know if I'm going to theater to see both of them and all that. I might, because like I said, that's both of those franchises are like really like my childhood. When Ice Age and Shrek literally came out, the first 2 came out literally around the same exact time. So that's really like my childhood right there. So both of them come out in 2026. I feel like a big kid going to see both of them, man, and all that in theaters, because I grew up, like I said, watching both of them and all that and everything. So it's gonna be interesting. So 2026 is gonna be an interesting year for films. We got a lot of good films coming out in 2026. So to see Shrek and Ice Age both come out the same month in that Christmas 2026 is gonna be definitely interesting. Like I said, it's gonna feel like it just was this past year with Sonic and Mufasa. Also, you kind of had Moana too as well, because that came out in November around Thanksgiving. So so I feel like we're gonna get the same thing. Like we're gonna get like the same thing in the holiday of 2026. We're starting off with Shrek and Ice Age coming out. Both those franchises coming out. I don't know. I was thinking some more films coming out around that same time in holiday 2026, but it seems like it's gonna be another blockbuster around the holiday year again and all that. Cause that's makes money. Holidays. I always say the best films and the most films that make money, the films that come out during the holiday, and the films that come out during the summer. They're the main ones that make money all the time around the holidays and around the summer. So can't wait. Let's see how it goes and all that. Like I said, y'all have a beautiful and blessed day and all that. Hope you had a beautiful afternoon. Stay tuned for my next video. I'm actually going to do a review on Creature Commandos. Actually, I just watched the first 2 episodes of that. I wanted to wait till the whole thing came out before I did my review. I know I'm kind of late on that, but I'm been watching that, so I'm going to check out that Creature Commandos. So I'll be watching that all throughout the week, and I'll do my review on that, what I think about that, because I heard it's so good. So I'm going to do a review on Creature Commandos next, so stay tuned for that. But this is my review on Den of Thieves 2.